Okay. So I will assume it's being recorded in the cloud. Next, I would like to read a couple house rules. Next slide. So first, I can see that everyone has your camera on, which is amazing. Everyone has your camera on, very amazing. So please make sure to have your camera on throughout the whole meeting to show support to our speakers. Second, if it happens that you are not on mute while the other speaking, you might not know since you couldn't hear yourself. So please always remind yourself to look at the little mute icons on your lower left on your computer screen or your iPad so that you always on mute when others are speaking or when you're not speaking, right? Second, third, it's for guests. You may try out the table topic sessions, which we're going to introduce later. And there's a chance for you to practice yourself. Okay. So finally, just enjoy the whole meeting and we're going to start soon. With that, I'm going to pass the stage to the presiding officer on this week, which happens to be our treasurer. So I'll pass the stage to Xing En for the opening address.
Hi, am I audible?
Yes.
Good. Thank you, Toastmasters Ming Kang. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Toastmasters Club meeting. I would like to acknowledge a few guests who come and help us today. Let's welcome our General Evaluator, Chyi from Klang Bilingual Toastmasters Club. And also welcome Jun Hong from CBRE Club. Welcome Jian Wen from Utah Sungai Long Toastmasters Club. And also Jesslyn from Falim Toastmasters Club. Thank you for helping us today. I would like to welcome all the guests for coming today. Do we have any guests for today? Let's see. Looks like everyone is Toastmasters member. So I hope everyone will enjoy today's meeting. Today's date is 6th of March. That means for students, next week we are starting our next semester. Our semester break is going to end soon. Yeah, you can show an emoji, add an emoji, a reaction of your semester break. For non-UM students, you may think about your last holiday and then you can key in something like this emoji to explain your last holiday experience. Good. So today our theme is going to be about, excuse me. Our theme is going to be about hobbies and games. We are going to have a relaxing start before our next semester. So that's all for me. Now I will pass it to our Toastmasters of the evening, Jefri. Jefri, the floor is yours.
Thank you, Toastmaster Xing En, for the warm introduction. Good evening, my fellow Toastmasters. My name is Mama Jefri from Toastmasters Club. This is my second time being the TME, second time in a row, by the way. I'm a member of Toastmasters Club since December 2022. And here is a little bit about myself. The first time I joined a Toastmasters Club meeting as a guest was back in 2018 at Sunway Toastmasters Club. And I remembered when I attended the meeting, everyone was very welcoming and supportive. And I felt very comfortable during the meeting. And ever since then, I went to visit from Toastmasters to Toastmasters clubs as a guest, even during the pandemic, where I had the opportunity to attend via a virtual platform. And before I joined Toastmasters Club, I was a very shy person. Don't say that I'm afraid of public speaking. I was even afraid to talk to a person one-on-one directly. And now here I am after joining Toastmasters Club. I'm confident in hosting a Toastmasters Club meeting. without further ado, let's begin our session with some game session. And the purpose of this session is to allow guests to speak, introduce themselves, and hopefully us as the audience will learn a thing or two about the guests. So we will be playing two games. The first game that we are going to play is called Two Truths and One Lie. And how this game works is that I will call out one person. Well, there will be a few, and all of them will be guests, and they have to give 3 statements about themselves. And the rule is that as the audience, we have to guess what statement is the lie through voting at the chat. And the speaker have to give 3 statements about themselves, can elaborate on it, and then at the end, they will tell us which one is the lie. So I will have a look at the list to see who are the guests for today. So first off, based on my list, the first person I would like to call out is Toastmaster Jun Hong from CBRE Toastmasters Club to give us 3 statements about himself, and then we'll vote to see which one is the lie. Toastmaster Jun Hong, over to you.
Thank you, Mr. Toastmaster of the evening. When I was doing spirit animal test, apparently it showed up I don't have only one, I have 2. So I'm going to give all of you 3 choices. You have to guess the one choice that is untrue, which in this case is a lie. So option A, a snake. Option 2, a scorpion. Option 3, an owl. Oh, the question was when I did, not what I'm scared of. When I did the spirit animal test, there's apparently 2 animals for me. So I'm gonna give all of you 3. One of it is not true. Wow. Should I announce it immediately or I should wait for more responses?
Yeah, you can announce it immediately. There are mixed votes.
Okay, yeah, the actual lie is a scorpion. Option number 2 is a lie. Yeah, that's all from me. Thank you. And back to you, Mr. Toastmaster of the evening.
Thank you, Toastmaster Jun Hong from CBRE Toastmasters Club for sharing us 3 statements about himself. Or Ming Kang wants you to elaborate. Okay.
Elaborate. Okay. So for elaboration, the reason why they say that scorpion is not true, because scorpion is most likely to be a very aggressive person. And according to the test, I'm not an aggressive person. I'm rather lenient. So for the option 1 and 3, which is the snake and the owl, the reason being is having the wisdom. And I think I might have it since the test said I am a wise person. So owl and snake applies. Yes, that's the elaboration. Hope it satisfies your desire to know more. Yep, that's all for my elaboration.
Okay, Ming Kang said thank you. And also once again, thank you from me. So next, I would like to invite Toastmaster Jian Wen from Utah Sungai Long to share 3 statements about himself. Toastmaster Jian Wen, the stage is yours.
3 statements. Three statements. Okay. All right. Okay. I like to play computer games. All right, my first statement. My second statement, I have a girlfriend. My third statement, our TME today is very handsome. Okay, guess. Ayo. Why your answer so uniform?
So we have thank you for sharing with us your 3 statements. So what we voted is 2. Can you review the lie?
Okay, like it's 2 lah.
I see.
Nice, nice.
You
Good
have
one.
you have a girlfriend soon, don't worry.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Jian Wen, for sharing with
Elaborate.
us.
Elaborate. I think it's I mean it's understood I don't have girlfriend. What you want me to elaborate?
WH. Why?
Why? I'm waiting for Ming Kang. Yeah, yeah, I can't move on.
Okay, now we shall move on to the third guest, Toastmaster Huey from Klang Bilingual Toastmaster Club, to share with us 3 statements. Toastmaster Huey, over to you.
3 statements. The first statement is I'm learning swimming now. Second statement is I'm a lecturer. And third statement is I have a twin sister. Number 1. Oh, nice one. Thanks, TME, for typing it up. 3, 1, 2, 1, 3, 1. Oh, most of you guess number 1 is. Maybe I don't look like I'm learning swimming. Yes. Currently I'm learning swimming. That's a true statement. And I have a twin sister, so I'm not a lecturer, even though I look like a lecturer. My full occupation is a chemist. I'm a chemist, by the way. Back to you, Toastmasters of the evening. Thank you everyone for participating.
Thank you, Toastmaster Huey, for being brave enough to share with us 3 statements about yourself. Now, I would like to invite our latest Toastmaster member, Usman, to give us 3 statements about yourself. Toastmaster Usman.
All right. So statement number 1, I have my own business. Statement number 2, I love fitness. Statement number 3, I like to party. Well, that's wow. Actually, number 3 is the lie. I don't like to party. This might sound surprising, but I'm really not that kind of a person.
Just to ask you, Osman, if it's a chess party, will you join?
Oh, chess party, definitely. For me, any party where there's like a certain goal, like for example, you're like going hiking with with friends, like if there's like certain goal, I go, no problem. But if it's like just chill and just have fun, my brain doesn't understand.
All right. Thank you, Usman, for sharing us, and welcome again to Toastmasters Club. And the next game that we're going to play is Guess the Disney Movie. So how this game works is there'll be a bunch of slides with emojis, and based on the emojis, we will guess what movie it is. Are you guys ready?
Let's go.
All right. The first movie is, what is this movie?
Lady and the Tramp.
That's right. Lady and the Tramp.
How old is this movie?
Well, I can't remember. Sorry about
I think this is before our time.
Yeah. All right. Next movie.
Lion King.
Okay. This one?
Nemo.
Little Mermaid.
Little
Yeah.
Mermaid.
This one?
Why?
Aladdin.
Aladdin.
Very
This one?
obvious.
Let it go.
Let it go.
The movie.
Frozen.
Frozen.
Yeah, Frozen.
Okay. This is the hardest one. Ready?
Shit.
Mulan.
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 Kung Fu Panda.
No challenge lah.
Cinderella.
Ratatouille.
Cinderella.
Okay, this one is really the harder one. You guys ready?
Okay.
I don't trust you anymore.
Sleeping Beauty.
Rapunzel.
Sleeping Beauty.
This one is the hardest one.
Mary Poppins.
Sleeping
Oh,
Huh?
that's a good one.
I didn't know it's Disney.
Wow.
I was gonna say
We are
sleeping
old
Olin.
lah, so it's a bit easier for us.
All right. I hope everyone
We are too old. We are too old. Cannot.
understand. So yeah, that's the end of the game session. I hope everyone is hyped up for our meeting, right? And now we'll move on to our agenda. The next one on the list of the agenda is the history of Toastmaster International. So Toastmaster International was founded by the late Dr. Ralph C. Smedley in Santa Ana basement in California, 1924. And the reason why he wanted to establish Toastmasters was to help the youth at that time to improve their public speaking skills and their leadership skills, as he was also the YMCA educational director. And currently, Toastmaster International is serving more than 280,000 members worldwide in 144 countries to help them achieve their goals, whatever it may be, when they join Toastmasters. And here's a quiz, right, for every one of you. What does the C stand for in Ralph C. Smedley? Any guesses?
Coconut.
No.
Esther.
No, not Chester. Think of the most Christian name that you can think of.
Christian.
Charles.
Charles.
C for Christian.
C for Christian. Any more guesses?
Christ.
Christ? No, definitely not. Okay, guys. I think you cannot guess. You guys ready?
Ready?
Yeah. Chestnut. Such an adorable name.
Such a I don't know.
All right. That's the history of Toastmasters International. Now let's move on to history of Toastmasters Club. As you can see in this picture, this is the picture of a living legend. Her name is Professor Dr. Marohaini Yusuf. She was the director for Chitra and she started the ball rolling. The reason why she started this initiative was to encourage students to develop public speaking skills. And this led to a demo meeting between Mid Valley Toastmasters Club and ASAA Toastmasters Club. And eventually this led to the establishment of TMC. And before in the earlier days in 2007, the year which TMC was established, was only open to Toastmasters, students. But then now we are open to people outside of as well. And here's the flow of the meeting. We'll start off with a table topic session, whereby our table topic master will give a few topics and members and guests can practice thinking and speaking on their feet. And then we'll have the prepared speech session, whereby members attempt their pathway projects with specific objectives based on their project. And last but not least, we'll have the evaluation session, whereby the table topic speakers and the project speech speakers will receive feedback, constructive feedback from evaluators and the technical role players. And to help us improve, we have role players that will be giving technical report at the end of the meeting. I would like to first invite our grammarian, Toastmaster Meng, to give his introduction as the role of grammarian and word of the day. Toastmaster Meng, the stage is yours.
Sure, no problem. Thank you so much, Toastmaster Jeffrey, for giving me opportunity. So as hi, dear Toastmasters and guests, my name is Ming from Toastmasters Club. And my role as a grammarian is first to pay close attention to all speakers, listen carefully to their language usage, and take note of their improper language, any outstanding words, quotes, sayings, or thoughts. As for the word of the day, it will be leisure. The meaning of this word is the time when you are not working or doing other duties. So means relax lah. For example, I don't have much opportunity for leisure pursuits these days. Or right now we can say we are spending a good leisure time during the semester break. That is one good example. I will record the speakers who use the word leisure as the word of the day, and when being called upon by the general evaluator to make my Grammarian's report. Thank you so much, and back to you, Jeffrey.
Thank you, Toastmaster Meng, for the lovely introduction. Next, I would like to invite the next role player, our counter, Toastmaster Joshua, to give introduction to his role. Toastmaster Joshua, over to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster. Evening, Jeffrey. Good evening, everyone. Tonight, I'll be the R counter, and as the R counter, I will take note words and sounds that I use as a crutch or pause filler by anyone who speaks. During the meeting, I will listen for overused words, including and, well, but, so, and you know. I will also listen for filler sounds, including and I will also note when a speaker repeats a word or phrase such as I, or this means, this means. At the end of the meeting, I will report the number of times that each speaker used these expressions. That is all from me. Back to you, Toastmaster of the evening.
Thank you, Toastmaster Joshua, for giving us the introduction of the role of our counter. Next, I would like to invite the timer, Toastmaster Nicholas, to give an introduction to the role of timer. Toastmaster Nicholas, the stage is yours.
Greeting, Toastmaster and fellow guests. As a timer, I will time the table topics, speakers, formal speeches, and evaluation. I will also alert each speaker of the time they have left using the green, yellow, and red cards, or in virtual backgrounds, which denotes specific time remaining. As the table topic, speakers should limit their remarks to no more than 2 minutes. At 1 minute, I will raise the green card. At 1 minute 30 seconds, I will raise the yellow card. At 2 minutes, I will raise the red card. Those giving speeches should limit their remarks to their specific speech time. Icebreaker speech should be no more than 4 to 6 minutes in length, and most other speeches should be 5 to 7 minutes in length. For the icebreaker, I will raise the green card at 4 minutes. 5 minutes, I will raise the yellow card, and 6 minutes, I will raise the red card. For the normal speeches, other speeches, I will raise the green card at 5 minutes, 6 minutes for the yellow card, 7 minutes for the red card. The individual evaluators should be between 2 to 3 minutes. At 2 minutes, I will raise the green card. At 2 minutes 30 seconds, I will raise the yellow card, and 3 minutes, I will raise the red card. Thank you, Miss Toastmaster Jeffrey, for giving me the opportunity.
Thank you, Toastmaster Nicholas, for the warm introduction of your role as timer. Last but not least, I would like to invite the GE for tonight's meeting, Toastmaster Chyi from Klang Bilingual Toastmaster Club, to introduce the role as GE. Toastmaster Chyi, over to you.
Thank you very much to our Toastmasters of the evening. As the general evaluator, I'm doing what I love to do during my leisure time, which is to make observation. So in this meeting context, I'll observe the oral conduct of the meeting and I'll share my feedback at the end of the session. And of course, I'm doing this not alone. I'm doing this together with a panel of evaluators, which include technical evaluators and speech evaluators. They too will share their feedback at the end of the session. Back to you, to Toastmasters of the evening, Toastmaster Jeffrey.
Thank you, Madam General Evaluator, for the lovely introduction. Thank you once again to all the role players for their introduction. Now, let's officially begin our meeting with the table topic session, an exciting session. And I would like to hand over control to table topics master, Mr. President Ming Kang, to host the table topic session. Toastmaster Ming Kang, over to you.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you, Toastmaster Jeffrey, for the warm introductions. My name is Ming Kang, and I will be your table topic master for tonight's meeting. Right. So table topic, it's a 1 to 2 minute speech that you'll be given a topic immediately after you volunteer. I will encourage everyone to volunteer, and today we can afford 3 speakers. Right, so let me share my screen in a moment. Okay. How do I do that? Share screen. Since today's topic is about games, right, I've prepared a few traditional games that I would like you guys to choose. So I'd like to ask for the first volunteer. If not, then I'll volunteer someone.
Can the timer volunteer?
Yes.
Okay. Then
So pick your favorite traditional game.
I think I'll choose the WoW flying session. The WoW.
Oh, okay, this one.
Yeah.
All right. So your topic is the photo. You can elaborate everything about this picture. Okay. Here you go.
Okay. From what I see on the screen, it reminds me of a game that I don't play that often compared to my relative, which they are from that era. That game actually brings a lot of nostalgia to them. And I always look at the mushrooms and see, why are they so scary? And then when the Mario step on the Goomba, and then the Goomba will die. Then when he take the mushroom, he will become bigger. So is this indication that we should take more mushrooms? And these games, we can use this as a leisure for us when we are stressed. And also that we also, as I can see, during that game, Mario also used turtle to shoot at the enemies, which is also very scary. Overall, I like the game a lot, but I don't play that often compared to my relative from that era. And I think that's it. Thank you.
Thank you. Very good explanation on the game and also your childhood. I see you may raising your hand. Would you like to volunteer for the next speaker?
I know I was timing him.
Oh, sure. All right. So thank you.
You can put me a question if you want to.
Thank you, Nicholas, for the speech. Right, Meng, I will just assume you being the next volunteer. You okay with that?
Thank you.
Right, sharing my screen right now. So again, you can choose one of these, your favorite game.
Favorite game, eh? I would say I play hopscotch lah, the one on the right, upper right.
Okay.
Oh.
Your question is also the photo. Alright, but the photo is reverse. Opening sentence. Okay. So do you recognize this game? Okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, am I ready to speak?
No. I'll give you an opening. So the opening is life is like dot. Now what do you?
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Ming Kang, for introducing me the game Judo, which I hope I recall correctly. And life is like a judo. So Judo is a kind of unique game based on my collection to my memory, is that once you reach towards the end of the goal, if you throw the dice a bit too much, you may have to go back a few steps. You have to throw at a specific amount in order to win. I hope I recall this correctly. And what is it, based on my understanding of the game, what I hope I can learn in my life is that I don't push myself too hard. Basically, if you go in, everyone here is aiming for a goal per se. Like for me, I want to finish my course by next year, hopefully. And likewise for everyone else around here, we have all the specific goals, like we want to get certain career. but we have to care about ourselves. For instance, our personal well-being. We don't overstress too much. You overstress too much, you may not do well in your exam or writing your thesis or in your presentation, and then you go back to square one. You go nowhere. So that is my take on this game, and thank you so much, Ming Kang. Back to you.
Actually, I got these inspirations whenever I play the game. I feel frustrated. Always go back to square one. Just like my life. Right? Okay. I see Ikhtifar volunteer yourself. Would you like to give it a shot?
I like to pick the middle picture. Is it the chapter?
This one.
Which one? Yeah,
Is it?
yeah.
Okay, so your question that's completely unrelated to this.
Why?
Your question is a news. There's been news saying that over half of game developers, means people working on games, are being underpaid and overworked. 70 hours a week, right? Nearly $13 an hour, and no extra charge for overpay. So for overtime. So what's your thought on this? Over to you.
Ladies and gentlemen, have you ever worked in Malaysia? If you have, please raise up your hand. Do you think you're overpaid or underpaid? If you're overpaid, put down your hand. If you're underpaid, raise up your hand. Yes. Malaysian is famously known to be underpaid. This is not what I said. There's one time I went out for a ride using Grab, and this Grab driver said that Malaysians are underpaid, very underpaid, compared to our counterparts in ASEAN. Why he say so? Because his brother was working in Singapore, and their pay wages are totally different from Malaysian pay wages. In Malaysia, starting pay of undergraduate is 2,000 to 2,500 10 years ago. And guess what? It is still the same in 2023. There's no difference. In Singapore, every year, there's a 10% increase of the starting pay. For example, in this year, the starting pay is 3,000. Next year, the starting pay will be 3,300, and so forth and so on. So the government do take in consideration of their inflation and also cost of living that's rising. But Malaysians, no. We still practice the same pay rank, pay scale as 10 years ago or 20 years ago. I'm not surprised that in 10 years later, the starting pay will still be the same. Back to you, Ming Kang.
Thank you so much for the nice sharing and a very honest sharing. All right, I think we can have, we have no time for the next speaker. So that's the end of the table topic sessions. Overall, as much as we love playing games and like playing games, I would like to take this chance to appreciate all the people working behind the scene who were underpaid and overworked to make us play the games that we want. Such a good games. Also, I would like to take this chance to appreciate all the traditional games industry, the gasing, the chongka, and all those who can't really make money to still giving us the leisure of playing their games, and I think the industry is pretty hard. Right. Thank you so much. And I would like to have a polling session for our best table topic speaker. Can I have a Zoom master to bring on the poll? Okay. Oops. I think the poll is not working, is it? Is it working? Seems like it's not working.
It's working.
Oh, working. Right. So let me know when the poll is done.
And the poll is done.
Thank you so much, everyone. That's the end of table topic sessions. Hope to see you again in the next table topic sessions. And pass the floor back to the Toastmaster of the evening, Jeffrey.
Thank you, Toastmaster Ming Kang, for hosting such an exciting table topic session. And now it's time for group photo.
Guys, so we'll be having our 5-minute break while we are taking the group photo.
All right, I'll help to take the group photo. So everyone, please turn on your camera. Zhi Jun. Yeah, your camera is off. Would you like to turn it on? Yeah. Okay.
That one is.
Okay. Sorry, I didn't see that. Okay, I think everyone has turned on their camera. So, okay, you smile. One formal pose without any posture first. 1, 2, 3, smile. Okay, let me take the screenshot. Saving the photo. Wait, give me a second.
All right, I will take the funny one.
Okay, one final one with freestyle. My computer lag a bit. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, go. Okay, all right, settle.
All right, so a break will be until 8 timer.
Our break will be until right now is 8:38, so (8:42).
I hope everyone had a good break. And now we will proceed with the prepared speech session, whereby we will witness a total of 4 speakers who will be attempting their pathway projects. And I would like to give some information about the Pathways Learning Experience. So Pathways Learning Experience is a learning program designed by Toastmasters International. And here is the overview of the program. It consists of 11 pathways, and each pathway consists of 5 levels, and the projects are meant to help the members to develop these 5 core competencies, as you can see in the slide, which is public speaking, interpersonal communication, strategic leadership, management, and confidence. And I would like to here's our first project speech speaker, Toastmaster Usman, who will be doing level 1 icebreaker, and his speech is from 4 to 6 minutes. I would like to invite his evaluator, Toastmaster Zhi Jun, to read the purpose statement. Toastmaster Zhi Jun, the stage is yours.
All right. Thank you, Toastmaster of the evening. The purpose of the project is for the member to introduce himself to the club and learn this basic structure of a public speech. So good luck, Usman.
All right. Can I take over?
No, not yet. Wait.
She said good luck.
wait. All right. Next, I would like to invite the Madam General Evaluator, Toastmaster Huey, to read out the notes for the evaluator. Toastmaster Huey, over to you.
Thank you, Toastmasters of the evening. The member is completing his first speech in Toastmasters. The goal of the evaluation is to give the member an effective evaluation of his speech and delivery style. Because the icebreaker is the first project a member completes, you may choose to use only the notes section and not the numerical score. Back to you, Toastmasters of the evening.
Thank you, Madam General Evaluator, Toastmaster Huey, for reading out the notes for the evaluator. Here's a fun fact, an interesting fact. Toastmaster Zhi Jun will also be doing her evaluator speech in level 1 evaluation and feedback. And I would like to invite her evaluator, Toastmaster Jian Wen from Utah Sungai Long Toastmasters Club to read out the purpose statements. Toastmaster Jian Wen, over to you.
Okay. So Toastmaster Zhi Jun, the purpose of this project is for you to practice applying feedback and serve as a speech evaluator during a club meeting. So the purpose of this speech is for Zhi Jun to deliver constructive feedback on Usman's presentation. Back to you, Toastmaster Evening.
Thank you, Toastmaster Jian Wen, for reading out the purpose statement. And I would like to invite once again Madam General Evaluator, Toastmaster Chyi, to read out the notes for the evaluator. Toastmaster Chyi, over to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Jefri. Toastmaster Jian Wen is recommended that the member evaluating this portion of the project be a proven exemplary evaluator, presented a speech on a topic, received feedback from an evaluator, and incorporated that feedback into a second speech. About this speech, the last portion of this assignment is for the member to serve as an evaluator at a club meeting. She will deliver an engaging and constructive evaluation of another member's speech. They will also demonstrate proper meeting ethic by being fully engaged during all speeches. She may choose to take notes during the speech they are evaluating. Back to you, Toastmasters of the evening.
Thank you, Madam General Evaluator, for reading out the notes for the evaluator. So for Usman's project, at the 4th minute, the timer will show the green light. The 5th minute, the timer will show yellow light. At the 6th minute, the timer will show the red light. And at 6 minutes 30 seconds, he will flash the light, indicating that the speaker to wrap up the speech. And I would like to invite Toastmaster Usman. Toastmaster Usman, are you ready?
Sure.
Okay. Let's welcome everyone. Usman, presenting someone different. Someone different, Usman. All the best.
Thank you. Thank you. All right. So I joined the club few weeks ago, and I was told by the Toastmasters to give a introductory speech. And like most other individuals, my first response was, I'm going to go something like, hello, my name is Usman. I'm in Bachelor of Economics. I like to play games. But then I realized that as we have gotten older, people are not so much interested in our history. Instead, they are more interested in how that person is going to help them in their life. So I wanted to make this small introductory speech a way to introduce myself, at the same time teach you guys, or perhaps help you guys learn something different. So the topic of my speech is someone different. What does that even mean? Let me begin by giving you a small story, a bet that me and my best friend made when we graduated from high school from Cambridge. So we graduated from Cambridge, we went back to Saudi Arabia, and we went to our hometown chilling, having a discussion. He said that he's going to start a business, and in 4 years' time, by the time I graduate, he's going to be in a much better position. And he thought that going to university in today's world is not worth it. I said, you know what? I disagree. Let's put it to the test. Let's see how true that statement is. So I went to the university, and he started his own business. Just 2 years into the bet, he's already way far ahead of me in terms of his career. And I thought about that for a second. And I said, you know what? Why is it that he is more successful? It's because he is someone different. He is doing something different. And that's the personality that I try to incorporate in myself. And that's the kind of person I am. You see, if you think about all the successful people you have known in your life, every single one of them, what do you find common in all of them? Every single one of them is doing something different. They are someone different. I was at a meeting, I think last week, where Ming won the speech contest. And in that meeting, I forgot the name, but one of the Toastmasters said to me, "Why didn't you continue your studies in Cambridge? Why did you come to Malaysia?" I said to him, you know what? If I graduate from Cambridge and do exactly what everybody else is doing, it doesn't make me any different. At the end of the day, when I enter the market, I'm just another dude from Cambridge. Instead, if I do something different, if I become someone different, my value in the market goes exponentially up. I'm an economist by trade. I'm studying economics at UM. And as an economist, I can tell you, the supply and demand do not care about your degree. You see, at the end of the day, if you have a lot of people graduating and doing the exact same thing, the supply goes high. When the supply is very high, at the end of the day, the price goes down, the value goes down. And the only way you can increase your value in life is by being someone different. And then when you're someone different, the supply is very low, the demand is very high, and your value is very high. I model myself against an individual called as David Goggins, if you know about him. David Goggins, incredible person. I highly recommend you guys read his book. He's someone that I model myself against. And if you really want to know me as a person, that's the model that I aim to. And that's the kind of person that I look forward to. So hopefully in this small ice-breaking meeting, I'm able to introduce myself to you. At the same time, I hope that you guys learn something different. And I hope that in your career, you become someone different. Back to you, Toastmasters.
Everyone, let's give a standing ovation for Toastmaster Usman.
Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Usman, for sharing with us your inspirational speech. And without further ado, let's move on to the next speaker, Toastmaster Zhi Jun, who will be doing level 1 evaluation and feedback first speech. The length will be from 5 to 7 minutes. The timer will show green at 5th minute, yellow at 6 minutes, and red at 7 minutes. And at 7 minutes 30 seconds, the timer will flash the red light. And I would like to invite Evaluator, Toastmaster Ming Kang, to read out the purpose statements. Toastmaster Ming Kang, the stage is yours.
Thank you. So, Speaker Zhi Jun, the purpose of your project is to practice applying feedback and serve as a speech evaluator during a club meeting. And also the purpose is for you to present a speech and receive feedback from an evaluator. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Ming Kang. Before we begin, I would like to invite Zhi Jun to test the audio. Zhi Jun, would you like to test your mic?
Hello, mic test.
All right, are you ready?
Yes, but later on I will share my screen.
Okay, you can prep your slide first. Let me know when you're ready.
You cannot start the screen while the participants sharing.
Okay, wait. Okay. Let's welcome Zhi Jun presenting the Art of War applications in daily life. The Art of War applications in daily life. Zhi Jun, all the best.
All right. Thank you, Toastmaster of the evening. Hello, everyone. Today, I will introduce you all a book. This book, it contains a detailed explanation and analysis of the Chinese military from weapons, environmental conditions, and strategy to rank and discipline. It was published in the 5th century before Christ, which is in the late spring and autumn period in ancient China. However, this military book is still famous now, and now it was studied by many different kinds of people, such as the military thinkers, politicians, lawyers, and even though entrepreneurs. Yeah, it sounds interesting. Even though entrepreneurs also studying this book, this military book, if you read before, if you know what is it, you can type in the chat box. So if you read before, you also can type yes in the chat box. Okay, this book name, The Art of War. So this book was written by a Chinese military general named Sun Tzu. Although we are far away from the military era now, The Art of War remains a particularly famous book to this day and translated into many languages because the principle of this book has been applied to many other fields in daily life, including business, politics, and sports. Today, I would like to share 3 principles of The Art of War which can be used in daily life. One of the key teachings of The Art of War is the importance of choosing your battles wisely. Sun Tzu emphasized that the military commanders should avoid spreading their force too thin, as that will weaken an army throughout. In real life, we also have to pick our battles. Yeah, many of us born and may be good at many different skills, Like a child may fantasize about being a sport player, a musician, a CEO, or a president at the same time. But as we grow older, we realize that there are time and resources constraints on what we can achieve. As such, you should know that what you want to do and what you can achieve in and which areas will be most successful to take full advantage of the time and resources that are available. Conversely, if you spread your skills too many diverse areas, you won't be able to specialize in everything. Like if you learn swimming, you learn singing, you learn, or you attend many activities until you cannot cope all. And even though it's also not, I think it's also very useless because you didn't specialize anything. Second, what we can learn from the art of war is good timing, which is being able to recognize the right time and to take advantage of the opportunities as they arise. Only with good timing, your plan is as good as it appropriate to the situation. In daily life, timing is also important. Knowing when to take action and when to wait can help you achieve your goals more effectively. For example, if you are negotiating a deal, timing is also important. You should make your offer at the right moment can increase your chance of a success. So wait for the right moment to propose your partner about what you think can make the moment more memorable and meaningful. Timing is also important in terms of the personal growth and development. Recognizing when you are ready to take a new challenge or pursue a new opportunity can help you make the most of your potential and achieve your goals. In summary, by recognizing the right time to act and taking advantage of opportunities as they arise, you can increase your chance of success and achieve your goals more effectively. Lastly, in order to be successful, you must know yourself, know your enemy. This is the most important part in the art of war. Have you experienced quarreling before with your family, your friends, or your partners due to misunderstanding each other? If yes, you can type your problem in the chat box also. Let's discuss. That saying goes, it said that if you know your enemies and you know yourself, so you will not be imperial in 100 battles. If you know yourself but don't know your enemy, you will win one and lose one. If both sides you also don't know, you will lose in every single battle. In daily life, it's widely used before competition, like to defeat your rivals, for example, a football match or a badminton match. You have to know your rival's strengths and weakness so that you can set a unique plan to battle with them. It also can be used in building relationship with others, like I said just now. Relationship, no matter your friend or your partner or your family, by recognizing your own strengths and weakness and understanding the motivations and feelings of others, you can communicate more effectively and build stronger, healthier relationship. Ladies and gentlemen, the art of war offers valuable insight into strategy, leaderships, and human psychology that can be applied into many ways, many areas of the daily life. And what I was impressed with it, is I know this book when my secondary Chinese literature teacher, she tell us, and she said it's not only about the military. Also, there are many principles, the 13 chapters and 36 tricks that can be applied in our daily life. Hence, I would like to advise you to read this book for your advantage. If you can't find a book, I would recommend you to find this documentary, BBC channel. You can find it in YouTube. I'm sure that it will be an essential guide in your daily life. Thank you so much. Back to you, Mr. Toastmaster of the evening.
Thank you, Toastmaster Zhi Jun, for sharing with us your awesome speech. Now let's move on to the next speaker, the third speaker actually. Our third speaker is Yee Chin, who will be doing level 1 evaluation and feedback second speech. I would like to invite Evaluator, Toastmaster Kean to read out the purpose statements. Toastmaster Kean, the stage is yours.
All right, thank you, Toastmaster of the evening. So to our speaker, Toastmaster Yee Chin, the purpose of your speech is to practice applying feedback and serve as a speech evaluator during a club meeting. And the purpose of your speech is for you to demonstrate your ability to deliver an effective, respectful speech evaluation speech. And that's all. And back to you, good luck.
Thank you, Toastmaster Kean, for reading out the purpose statements. Before we begin, Toastmaster Yee Chin, are you ready? Not loud enough.
Hello.
Quite soft.
How about now? Hello.
Yeah, better.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Everyone, let's welcome Yee Chin presenting Be Your Own Superhero, Finding Your Authentic Self. Be Your Own Superhero, Finding Your Authentic Self. Yee Chin, good luck.
Let me pin the timer screen. Thank you, Toastmasters of the evening. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and guests. Today, I'm going to talk about a topic that has bothered me for quite some months. The journey of finding myself and accepting who I am. From the time I was young, I believe most of us here have been taught that we are not perfect and we have to improve ourselves. People around us wanted us to think, to talk, and to behave in different ways. So we continuously try our best to convince the people around us that we are worthy and act in a way that to make others pleased. In other words, we cannot talk or behave as we wish. We are just pretending to be someone that they want. Therefore, to fit in, I try to act and behave in a way that what the others around me want me to be. Just like their expectations, I serve as the Vice President of the Chinese Society during matriculation, forcing myself to step out of my comfort zone to memorize everyone's name, greet everyone when I meet them, although I'm still not very familiar with them. Yes, I try to act as an extroverted person. And at the start of semester 1, I tried to fit myself into the KK3, which is the third residence college economics gang. But I found that it is somehow hard for me to fit into them. So one day I sat down and asked myself, am I feeling happy to do so? The answer is definitely a no. Being your own superhero means embracing your uniqueness and celebrating your strengths. It means having the courage to be different and stand out from the others. It means pursuing your passions and dreams, even if it means going against the norms. It means being true to yourself and living authentically. Let me tell you a story about a famous superhero, Spider-Man. Peter Parker struggles to balance his desire to be a normal teenager and his responsibilities as Spider-Man. I always imagine myself to be a friendly neighborhood superhero, as I'm just an ordinary, regular person with a job, school, and relationships to maintain. At first, it was exciting to be seen as a hero and have people to look up to me. But over time, I began to feel the pressure
of being in the public eye and having to maintain a certain image. I started to question whether I was truly being myself or just playing a role for the others. But in the end, I learned that being a hero doesn't mean that I have to be perfect or fit into anyone else's expectations. Embracing my flaws and uniqueness make me a stronger and more authentic hero. We can all be like Spider-Man. Use our own unique talents and abilities to make a difference in the world. You can bake something and sell it for funding. Use your expertise in volunteering. Use social platforms to advocate for social change, or even teach students some basic speaking skills. We can all be our own superheroes and inspire others to do the same. With great powers comes great responsibility. So, I encourage you to take a step back and reflect on who you truly are. What are your passions and dreams? What makes you unique? What do you want to achieve in your life? Then have the courage to pursue those dreams, even if it means going against the norm. Like me, I don't have a great ambition to be someone outstanding. I just want to make enough money and to spend more leisure time with my family. I don't really have to live up to the others' expectations of being a successful businesswoman who earns a great amount of money. I can just be myself, the one I really wanted to be. Accepting oneself can be a difficult and challenging process, but it is important for our personal growth. When we embrace our true self, we become more confident, authentic, and empowered to make choices that align with our values and goals. Remember, you have the power within you to be your own superhero. You have the ability to live a fulfilling life and make a difference in the world. All you have to do is believe in yourself and take that first step. Steve Jobs once said, "Your time is limited. Don't waste it living someone else's life." Thank you, and back to you, Toastmaster of the evening.
Thank you, Toastmaster Yee Chin, for sharing with us your inspirational story. Now, moving on to our fourth and last project speech speaker, Toastmaster Jun Hong from CBRE Toastmasters Club, who will be doing level 3, develop a communication plan. His speech length is from 5 to 7 minutes. The timer will show green light at 5th minute, yellow at 6 minutes, red at 7 minutes, and at 7 minutes 30 seconds, he will flash the red light. And I would like to invite his evaluator, Toastmaster Ikhtifar, to read out the purpose statement. Toastmaster Ikhtifar, the stage is yours.
Thank you, Jeffrey, for the kind introduction. So, Jun Hong, the purpose of this statement is for you to create a practice developing a communication plan. Back to you, Jeffrey.
Thank you, Toastmaster Ikhtifar, for reading out the purpose statement. Before we begin, are you ready, Toastmaster Jun Hong?
Do you need to invite the general evaluator to read out the notes for the evaluator?
Oh, I skipped because we want to save time.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. Okay, ready, yeah?
Yeah, may I have the timer to raise the hand so I know the timing?
All
Okay,
right.
cool.
Right, everyone, let's welcome Toastmaster Jun Hong, presenting Dear fellow undergraduates. Dear fellow undergraduates, Toastmaster Jun Hong, all the best.
Thank you, Mr. Toastmaster of the evening. Fellow students, fellow undergraduates. Now, this speech is dedicated for all of you, as I was inspired by one of the speakers in the area contest, Kenneth, who is very worried about his future. So now, as a part of a global workforce, I would like to step down and tell you the transition between an undergraduate into part of the global workforce. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I understand that most of you are extremely worried, especially for those who are in year 3 or their final year, which is the 4th year, who soon will be joining the workforce. Because as a student, we might still get contribution of more pocket money from your parents, so you do not actually need to worry about earning anything. But when you start to work, you understand that you have to wake up in time to go to your office, or even switching on your laptop just to show that you are online for work punctually. Now, let me bring you back to my time as an undergraduate. When Jun Hong is an undergraduate, he skips all his 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. classes. 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. classes, not even 10 a.m. I am bothered to attend. Why? First thing first, no self-discipline. I sleep whenever I want. I go party every day, get drunk, get sober, and wake up whenever I want to. But blessedly, I feel I am blessed as I pass my grades with flying colors by doing last-minute work. Now, one thing, last-minute work shows that we have no time management skills, and most importantly, you show no self-discipline. Now, self-discipline is a key where you get to do everything successfully. Whether the results is a pass or a fail, self-discipline builds you to be a stronger and more confident person. When Jun Hong graduated from his university, transitioning from a final year student to an employee, soon to be employee, so I would describe this Jun Hong as unemployed. So during the remaining 6 months as I graduated in June 2020, I find myself, what kind of work I need to do? And I'm still doing my ACCA. For ACCA, it's an accounting professional exam. For whoever that knows accounting, this is a very helpful certificate for you to earn more money. So now, ladies and gentlemen, I have two options. Either I continue to finish my ACCA exams, or I work. Now, Jun Hong has a very, very management style parents. My parents told me, you have to study. Finish your study, you only work. Or else when you work, you don't study. You are too caught up with your work, and that's all. Meanwhile, for Jun Hong, what's the point of studying non-stop? 3 years of universities, plus all the years from high school, my primary school, or even kindergarten. I'm studying non-stop, and I'm excited to work. Now, ladies and gentlemen, as Jun Hong, which path would you choose? Either you follow your parents, or you be a rebellious self and just go out to work. The answer is, I came out to work because I am stubborn and rebellious, and I think I can do it. And yes, Jun Hong did it the very, very hard way. He made his life harder because he thought, without the complete ACCA, I can get any job I want and I'm paid highly. So throughout this period, 6 months period, I applied for 50 plus jobs, and I have to understand the backgrounds of each company. So when the interviewer called, I know what to answer. Ladies and gentlemen, blindly applying on jobs will not help you to achieve anything. But fortunately, after 5 months, I was called by my current employer, CBRE. And within 2 weeks, I'm admitted. What they saw through my CV is communication skills. Please note, I wasn't a Toastmaster before. As they can spot during my interview, I am the one who's talking most of the time, even though there's no question asked. Self-marketing is an important communication skill when you step out to the global workforce. Next, communication skill as well, negotiation. You want to ensure when you step out and work, you wouldn't be underpaid. So example, in average, your pay should be 2.5. Mark it up 20%, make it 3,000. Negotiate, show your worth. This is how you market yourself. Last but not least, self-discipline. You have to ensure yourself to eat healthily, sleep on time, wake up on time so you wouldn't miss any calls. Ladies and gentlemen, dear fellow undergraduates, throughout my speech, I have been talking about self-discipline. Thus, self-discipline is extremely important to be a very successful and confident person. Hope this would help you. And if there is any questions, please feel free to contact me. I'm more than happy to help you. Dear fellow undergraduates, all the best. Back to you, Mr. TME.
Thank you, Toastmaster Jun Hong, for sharing with us your wonderful speech. All right, now it's time to vote for the best project speech speaker.
Is the poll working?
Yeah.
All right. Good.
Okay, and we are done. Thank you everyone for voting. And now, let's welcome Madam General Evaluator, Toastmaster Chyi from Klang Bilingual Toastmasters Club to host the evaluation session. Toastmaster Chyi, the stage is yours.
Thank you very much to our dedicated Toastmasters of the evening, Toastmaster Jefri. Here comes my favorite session because now is the breakfast for champion session. But looking at the time now, it should be dinner for champions. All right, with that, let us put our hand together to welcome our table topics evaluator, PM2 Xing En, to give her evaluation on the table topic speaker. Over to you, Xing En.
Thank you, General Evaluator, Toastmasters Chyi. Hello, everyone. I am Xing En, the table topic evaluator for today. Before I start my evaluation, I would like to explain how I evaluate 3 table topic speakers for today. For evaluation, I'm going to say out my opinions, which is separated into two parts. The first part is going to be the points that I think the speaker did good just now. For the second part will be the points that I suggest for the speakers to improve further on. For the first speaker is Nicholas. His title is a picture. The picture is about Mario game. Nicholas, thank you for finishing the first ever table topic speech in this meeting. For my opinion, I think that you relate it with your own memories and impression by saying how Mario game is to you. You explain the game and also express your own opinion, like the Mario should do what in the game. There are so many mushrooms, you have to jump around, jump here, jump there, right? And should we eat the mushroom or not? Something like that, because that is the part of the game. For improvement, I think that you can improve on your vocal variety. I noticed that your tone is quite monotonous when you are delivering your speech. You may do some vocal variety, something like this. You can do the sound effect of a Mario jumping, woohoo, yes, bounce, bouncing thing, and also like the mushroom flying away, something like that, to make your speech more interesting. For the second speaker, Meng, your title is Life is Like a, and a picture of judo game, the aeroplane game. I believe everyone is familiar with it. You relate the title to the game, Life is Like a, by using a metaphor. You said we should not push ourselves too hard, like saying, if you throw a dice and you get the number is too big, and then when you are walking the steps towards the final end, but actually you put too much efforts and turn back in the end, going backwards. So I think it is quite a good philosophy, a good metaphor for us to relate. The next thing is I suggest you to improve on your eye contact. I realized that you actually look up quite a lot when you are giving your speech. So for your next speech, I would like you to look at the camera here to engage with the audience. For the last speaker, who is Ikhtifar, his topic is over half of game developers report being underpaid and overworked. I really like how you engage with the audience by asking a question about, are you being underpaid or well paid? And then the audience will raise their hands to engage with you, which is a very good attention grabber when you are giving a speech. You actually use comparison with other countries' wages to strengthen your point of how game developers in Malaysia are being underpaid and overworked. And I noticed that you actually use hand gestures when you are giving your speech just now. For my suggestion, your speech just now is too general. I hope that you can relate more to game developers because your topic is over half of game developers report being underpaid and overworked. You should also end it with a call to action towards this issue, like how as employees we can do to change this issue, to bring up this issue for the government to change it. Now that's all for my evaluation. Now I'll pass the floor back to General Evaluator. Thank you.
Thank you very much to Xing En for her evaluation. What I love about her evaluation is she was very cool and calm, as cool as a cucumber. And of course, I love the way she gives examples on what to improve. She even used her vocal variety. And also, I love the approach whereby she used one strength and one growth of opportunities. Well done on that. And let's move on to our prepared speech evaluator. I'd like to invite our prepared speech evaluator, Zhi Jun, to evaluate on Usman's speech. Over to you, Zhi Jun.
Okay. Thank you, Miss General Evaluator Huey. So, hi Usman. So, Firstly, congrats to you for stepping up in your Toastmaster journey by giving your very inspirational icebreaker speech. Here, I will share the 3 things I like and the 2 improvements you can do in your further speeches. First is the things I like. I like that you are giving your story at the beginning to introduce yourself and introduce your topic, someone different into your speech. Like you're not straight away like usual the icebreaker speech you will see is like, hello, I am Muhammad Usman. I'm how many years old, 20 something years old. I'm from what course, like that. So it's very special opening. And I like you related your course economy to the topic. You're someone different also. Yes, I remember, is it? How it related is like increase your value at demand high, value high. That's what I get just now. And third, I like your pace because I heard from the other foreigners member in Toastmasters, they usually have a pace, special accent. Yeah, it makes like we cannot get it very clearly. But what I like is you slow down your pace and you just straight away introducing you with a suitable pace. And there are 2 improvements. First, I would like to know that maybe you can elaborate more that why you go Malaysia can make you different. Why? Maybe you can elaborate more on this. And the third, and then why you join Toastmaster, because the purpose of icebreaker speech is introduce that why you join Toastmaster, right? Maybe you can talk about why you join it. And second, I noticed that you look at your eye, look at the side, not always the eye contact. So I challenge you for the next speech, you just look at the screen to engage communicating with your audience. Lastly, I challenge you to do more speeches in the future and don't hesitate to find your mentor to give a guidance and a rehearsal. So that's all from me. Back to you, Miss General Evaluator.
Thank you very much to Zhi Jun. Wow, I believe this is her first time evaluating a speaker. Despite being as a first-time evaluator, she has a very sharp observation, on-point evaluation, whereby I agree with her as well with the intrigue opening that Usman had done well. And of course, on top of the growth of opportunity, she also nailed it by mentioning it would be good to elaborate more on how he's different in his journey. Well done on that. Just one suggestion, Zhi Jun. It will be better for you to summarize your evaluation at the end of your speech before you conclude so that all of us can remember the points clearer. All right, well done, Zhi Jun. Next, I'd like to invite our second evaluator, Ming Kang, to evaluate to our second prepared speech speaker. Over to you, Ming Kang.
All right, thank you so much. Allow me to share my screen. Okay. All right. You guys see the screen? Thank you. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, Toastmasters. This is my evaluation report to Toastmaster Zhi Jun on the project level 1, the topic, the art of war application in my life. All right, so I'm going to start out with the things that we can learn from Zhi Jun. Personally, the things that I like to share that the rest of the audience can learn. First, it's a rich hand gestures, noticing that not only that she has rich content, but also her hand gestures like from start to the end, non-stop, very rich. Plus the good camera angle actually allow us to see the gestures as well. Second is the call to action. Not only that she has provided us a view of the book and what we can learn, She also provided us how we can learn that in details by pointing us to a BBC documentary that you can actually go and take a look right after this meeting. The third is a relevancy of topic. Notice that it's a history book. People might not like that, right? But then she changed it into things that we care about, politics and business, and actually we can relate a history book to our current life as well. So the relevancy of topic is there, that we don't just look at a history book, we look at things we apply from history book to the current situation. Finally, is the innovative openings. Notice that she has the slides come a little bit late after her introduction, which is this comes as a surprise to the audience, I would assume, right? So to me, it's very good. Going on to the things that I would suggest Zhi Jun to improve, noticing that you share with us informational speech, but I'm quite curious, how do you make us convinced? How am I convinced to your speech? There are two ways you can do it. You can use statistics that show, 60% of the entrepreneurs actually successful after reading this book by blah 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 survey. Or the better way, or the easier way is your personal experience. Have you applied the book to your personal life? So what can you tell us about your application? So this is what I would love and I feel like missing from your speech. Second is pauses and volume. Let us know which part is more important than the others by playing with your vocal variety, especially pauses and also volume. Right. And finally, it's a camera angle, which I would love everyone here to learn from Jun Hong, who has a very wonderful camera angle, the last speaker. I will leave my conclusion here. Summary, interesting content, relevancy to the audience. A call to action is there. I would like Zhi Jun to work more on the delivery. Thank you. Back to the general evaluator.
Thank you very much, Ming Kang, for the concise and precise evaluation. What I love about his evaluation is he has this motivating and encouraging tone. And what I noticed slightly different from the summary with his evaluation is somehow it is a little bit different. I'm not sure, is there a linkage like the speech delivery? Just now you mentioned about the camera only, but you also touch about the content itself. So perhaps you might want to rephrase a little bit on your summaries just to avoid confusion. All right, moving on to our next prepared speech evaluator, who is going to be PM5 VR5 Ikhtifar. Over to you, Ikhtifar.
All right, thank you, Madam GE. Dear Jun Hong, please give your pat on your back for having delivered a speech on communication, which was built by a previous speech by our member, Kenneth. Just to recap, Kenneth's speech was about life after graduation, what to do after graduation, what job to work in his field, and also what type of salary he might get. As an undergraduate, you and I were very similar. What is morning class? If I have to attend a morning class, I would either be nursing a hangover or I have a Starbucks cup in my hand to just make me to stay awake. But at the end of the day, I still get a first class. What I like about your speech was you give two versions of you. Undergraduate and also unemployed version of Jun Hong. These two versions were quite different, where in the when you were undergraduated, you were quite carefree, not really caring about morning classes and also lack of time management. Then you go to unemployment, where you give us the rebellious version of you. But I want to know, like, between these two versions, what had changed? Because these two versions, right, were just carefree and less carefree. I didn't get much of the translation of the speech. Towards the end of your speech, you were talking about narrowing down in job search and what make you to get your CBRE job scope, your job in CBRE, which was like good at communication, good at self-marketing and negotiation. maybe in the future, right, you might need to expand more of these three aspects so that the undergrads would learn more about how to be a better self-market, how to better self-market yourself, and also how to better communicate yourself during the interview. And also what I like to hear more is maybe in the future, you can have two versions of you. Like one is during the undergraduate is without the blazer, and when you were in the unemployment stage with the blazer, so that we can see two different phases of you clearly. All in all, it was a good speech. I do hope that you will take my recommendations to heart, and I would like to hear more from you in the future. Back to you, Madam GE.
Thanks, Ikhtifar, for your evaluation. Yeah, just to add on Ikhtifar's evaluation on Jun Hong's one, I believe this project is about communication plan, whereby it's challenging for me to find what's the communication plan in it. Perhaps you might want to look into what's your communication plan? What are your goals of communication? Who are your audience? And what are the forms of communications you are using it? It'll be good that you go through the manual and find that out. And if you want to, you can try to deliver this speech again. Definitely it's going to benefit your speaking skill. All right, moving on. So sorry that I missed this person out. How could I forget? My friend Kean PN2, over to you to evaluate on third evaluator. So what do you, Kean?
All right. Thank you, Ji, for the introduction. So again, Jane, congratulations and thank you for completing your second speech. Again, well done. And thank you for bringing us Be Your Own Superhero, Finding Your Authentic Self. I feel that this is a topic that never gets old, as we need to deal with it as we age. I noticed you are using a modified version of your first speech with the same title, and some of content is still the same, but just a revised version, with, of course, with some key improvement. So let's talk about it right now. So let's start with the highlight for your speech. So with reference to your first speech, your speech has a lot of has great and revised structure. You give us the definition of being our own superhero, finding our own authentic self, and why we need to do that in this day and age. You share with us the story of your own, your personal story, the journey of finding yourself, and obstacle that you have faced before, trying to fake it till make it, being someone else. And of course, you also give us practical steps to begin our self-discovery process with example, such as the cases of Spider-Man. And of course, you end your speech with a powerful closing message filled with inspiration, motivation, and encouragement. And of course, some of the tips that I shared last week to you personally, you were also incorporated in your speech today. And of course, I noticed that you speak confidently with smile most of the time. Similar to last week, your first speech, I feel you deliver your speech this time much more energetically compared to your previous speech. And perhaps this is due to you're standing up when you were delivering your speech today compared to last time, which is last week you are sitting down. Of course, I feel the energy and resonate with the energy and the vibe. And I too feel inspired to be my own superhero. You know, just to quote what Usman shared with us just now during the table topic session, I quote, sorry, it's his ice-breaking speech. We need to be different, be unique, and make ourselves valuable. I noticed that, again, today you are standing up when you're delivering a speech. And this, of course, makes your hand gesture noticeable and make your delivery style much more natural compared to sitting down as of last week. And overall, I think this week you have made a significant step forward from your performance compared to last week. So one area of improvement for you is your hand gesture. I noticed that you have a repetitive hand gesture when you're delivering your speech. I notice it all the time. Like now, maybe you can try to work with different hand gesture when you're describing different things. Like myself, you can put like this, okay? And then I would like you to be more natural with your role playing. I noticed that when you're mimicking the Peter Parker voice, when you're sharing with us about the story of Spider-Man, I feel that part is a little bit, you're feeling a bit self-conscious. You might try to immerse yourself more in the character as you work on with your future speeches, in case there's role playing in it. And finally, my challenges to you is to perhaps prepare some simple slides and put in some of the key insight that you share in this speech. I believe you share a lot of inspiring quotes and, you know, great insight and point. But again, I feel I might easily get missed if I were just listen for it once. And of course, with the aid of slide, it makes the insight retain in my memory for a longer period of time and I definitely feel the impact of those insights more. And overall, just to summary, you have a great speech structure, speak confidently, standing up compared to your last speech, and much more delivery in a much more energetic tone. And two area of improvement for you, hand gesture, as well as be more natural in your role playing. And final challenge to you is that to incorporate slide in your speech presentation. And that's it. And back to you, G.
Thank you very much for our passionate evaluator, Kean. What I love about his evaluation is he's very comfortable with his virtual stage. He's very confident in his evaluation. And two suggestions from me to you, Kean, is your pacing and pauses. I think you're very passionate and you are very enthusiastic in sharing all the points to the speaker. So perhaps you want to watch out on the timing and be more concise about it. And of course, when you're speeding it right, sometimes we might lose your sentences and we can't really follow your thoughts. So it'll be good to slow down and then just watch your pacing and pauses. And of course, on your timing, and it'll be good to replace but with and or some other words so that we don't demotivate the speaker as well. All right, now let me invite our last prepared speech evaluator who is going to be, sorry, I'm opening up my agenda. Who is the last prepared speech evaluator? Yeah.
Master Jian Wen.
Yeah, Jian Wen. Yes, thanks. Jian Wen, over to you.
Okay, thank you, Madam Chyi. So, okay, now I'll be evaluating Zhi Jun for her evaluation for Usman. So, Zhi Jun, this is your first evaluation, correct? Nervous, right? Your first evaluation. Me too. I remember my first evaluation to evaluate someone better at speaking at me. It was very stressful, but I get you. And what I really like is you try to be inspirational at the start of your speech. Now, this is very important to be inspirational because when you start off your speech inspirational, your goal is actually not to be inspirational, but to connect with the speaker and then help him to gain trust. When you gain his trust, and then he'll listen to your opinion, he'll be more open to your suggestion and feedback. So this is what I like what you are like and you try at your speech. The next thing that I like about speech is that you are very sharp and you are very detailed in your evaluation. You start off, you say your pros, right? Usman, I like how you had a special opening. I like your message, and also you have a very clear speaking accent. And so your suggestion for improvement is say, improve what eye contact, and then challenge him to do more speeches in the future. So it's very detailed, and I think it's very beneficial to the speaker, like point out, hey, this part can change, can be better. So this one is, I feel like this one is what you have. What you're strong at right now at your evaluation skills. Now for the suggestions for improvements, during your speech, I notice you always have one hand on the screen and you always do this. When you start, Usman, you had a very good speech and you do things and then suddenly, number one. So this, for me, this thing can be distracting. My personal opinion is this is very distracting. So instead of doing this, you put down and then instead of playing with your hands, you can play with your vocal variety more. Because by playing vocal variety, I notice you can also improve your speech. You can bring it to another level by improving your speech. Is that between the points, you start with, I think you have special opening. And after that, you elaborate, then you pause. When you pause there, then people will get attention and then they also have time to digest your speech. So this is what I feel like you can also put in to level up your future evaluation speeches. Overall, I think you had a very good try at evaluation. So my challenge to you is to, next time, instead of just being inspirational, try to connect with the speaker for each evaluation. Try to connect. Because I noticed also Usman's speech, he has dedicated to change his speech. And I say, I like how you use your speech. You say, I want to be a person who brings value. And in your speech, you come in, you bring value to us, a unique club. So I really like about that. Okay, so all the best to you, Zhi Jun, and I hope to see you more in evaluation speeches. Back to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you very much, Jian Wen. Wow, Jian Wen is a very compassionate evaluator. She connect with the speaker whereby she walk the talk himself. Good job on that. Well done, Jian Wen. And next, I would like to move on to the technical role players. I would like to invite our grammarian, Yu Ming, to deliver his grammarian report. Over to you, Yu Ming. Oh, sorry, before that, I think we need to vote, right? Vote for evaluator, is it? Do we do voting?
Yeah, we can do voting session.
All right. Thank you, Zoom Master, for pulling up the poll.
All right, everyone, it's time to vote for the best evaluator.
Okay, while you guys are voting, let's move on to the grammarian report. Sorry, Yumi, it's your turn to deliver your grammarian report. Over to you, Yumi.
No problem. Thank you so much, General Evaluator. So I'd like to begin my grammarian's report by one small little note which Ming Kang messaged to me earlier. So what is the correct pronunciation of the word leisure? So leisure has two pronunciations. First one, which I can play from my phone, is this one. Leisure. Leisure. And the next one is leisure. So there are two distinct pronunciations for the same word. It's a matter of the British and American pronunciation, and both are right. So the most important thing when speaking English, you just have to be consistent. So if you choose, like me, I should say leisure all the time, I just keep it leisure all the time. Consistency is the key. For those who say leisure, as on the other hand, please be consistent, and that will be great. So now I'd like to talk about the count of word of the day. So the winner for this word of the day is Chyi. She said the word leisure twice, whereas Ming Kang and whom? Wait, hold on. I need to look for my slides. Oh, hold on. Okay. As for Ming Kang and Yee Chin, both. Oh, sorry. As for Yee Chin, she said once, and Ming Kang actually he said twice. So basically, it's a tie. Sorry about that. So tie for Ming Kang and Chyi for saying the word leisure twice. Next will be the goods. So what I mean the goods as in using interesting and good selection of words and phrases. First is Ming Kang. He said the word back to square one as a table topic master. As for Usman, his pivotal topic, and throughout his speech, he used the pivotal phrase being someone different. As for Yee Chin, she used being in the public eye, embracing my flaws and taking a step back, which I quite like it. As for Jun Hong, he used the word last minute work. So basically last minute means doing things in a few moments before the deadline. So this is a good way to say something that we do hastily. As for Chyi, she played with the words and said dinner for champions instead of breakfast for champions, because we have meetings at night. And intrigue, this is a good word, intrigue, beginning, that is what she said. As for Teng, fake it till you make it. Yes, indeed, this is one of the good selection of words phrases that I like. As for mispronounced word, first is entrepreneur, so it is entrepreneur, and the next will be expertise. So it's expertise. It is stress on the word tease. And as for improper sayings and sentences, I only identified one. The one of it is translated into many language. It should be translated to, not into, many languages. And that's all from me. Thank you so much. And back to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you very much, Yu Ming, for your attentive listening for all the grammars that you have. Now let us move on to our R counters report. I'd like to invite Joshua PM1 to deliver his R counter report. Over to you, Joshua.
Thank you, General Evaluator. Allow me to share my screen. Ladies and gentlemen, during my leisure time in this meeting, I recorded every pause fillers that I've heard by each speaker. First off, we have Xing En, who has 1 4 repeated words, which are so like now, and something like that, 1. Next is Toastmaster of the evening, Jefri, who has 1 13 repeated words, which are so and N. Next is Toastmaster Nicholas, 1 3 repeated words, also and N. Toastmasters Meng, 1 2 repeated words, and so. Toastmasters Ikhtifar, 1 4 4 repeated words, and like and right. For Toastmasters Ming Kang, 3 6 repeated words, so and right. For Toastmasters Usman, 2 4 and 5 repeated words, and so, as well as 1 inappropriate interjections you see. For Toastmasters Zhi Jun, 3 5 repeated words, so and then and 1 yeah. For Toastmasters Yee Chin, 2 repeated words, and so. For Toastmasters Jun Hong, 3 repeated words, so now. For Toastmasters Teng, 6 6 repeated words, so and 4 inappropriate interjections, you know, and of course. Last but not least, Toastmasters Jian Wen, 4 repeated words, so. That is all from me. Back to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you so much to Joshua for being so diligent in capturing all the pause fillers that we have. So one tip here, how do we reduce or minimize the pause fillers that we have is, instead of saying those words, we just use pause. So that's one tip for all of you here. And now let us move on to our timers report. Now I'd like to invite Nicholas over to you for your timer report.
Am I audible? Okay, let me share my screen.
Yes.
Okay. For Teng, when the Sergeant at Arms called the meeting to order, it took around 2 minutes 49 seconds. Xing En's President opening address, which took around 2 minutes 7 seconds. I found the majority of the time spent is on Jefri when the Toastmaster the evening takes control for the games. It took like 20 minutes and 30 seconds. For the first table topic speaker, which is me, I took around 1 minute and 6 seconds. For the second table topic speaker, Meng, it took around 1 minute and 24 seconds. Ikhtifar, which is the third table topic speaker, he took 1 minute and 56 seconds. Then next is the project speakers. Usman, you took 3 minutes and 42 seconds. You underspent 18 seconds. So you should finish your speech by 4 to 6 minutes. That sweet spot. Next is Zhi Jun. Zhi Jun, you took 6 minutes 35 seconds, which is okay. You didn't overspend or underspend anything. Same goes to Yee Chin. You took 6 minutes 44 seconds. So next would be Jun Hong for the fourth speaker. He took around 7 minutes and 38 seconds. He overspent 38 seconds. Next is Huey, Xing En, the table topic evaluations, which took about 4 minutes and 30 seconds. Zhi Jun, you took 2 minutes and 55 seconds for your speech evaluation. Sorry, let me. And then for Ming Kang, your evaluation took. You took 2 minutes and 58 seconds. Ikhtifar, you took 2 minutes 41 seconds. Kean, you overspent 54 seconds. 3 minutes and 54 seconds. Jian Wen, your time taken was 3 minutes and 10 seconds. You can see how much you overspent, 10 seconds. Last, Meng, you took 3 minutes 14 seconds for your Grammarian report. Joshua, you took 1 minute and 45 seconds for your report. And for me, I overspent my time. I took 2 minutes and 19 seconds. So That's all for my report. Thank you, everyone. Back to you.
Thank you very much, Nicholas, for the precise timing up to second. Is this the first time, Nicholas, you are doing a timer role?
Yes, he does. Yes, yes.
Oh, he's the first time. First timer. Let us give him a round of applause because actually timer I find is the most challenging role. Why? Because we are like doing multitasking. We need to listen to the speakers, we need to do the timing and then start, stop, this kind of thing. So just a gentle reminder for Nicholas and all the timers in future. In Toastmasters context meeting, right? We will be allowed to give 30 seconds. So Toastmasters is very, very generous. We will give the speaker 30 seconds to wrap up before they are overtime. So basically, some of the evaluators are not overtime. I think one of the evaluator who was Jian Wen, yeah, he's still within the time frame. So just to highlight on that only. But well done, Nicholas, on that. And now coming to my general evaluator report, I would like to start off with the role players first. Timer, please time me as well. Yeah, I'm given 5 minutes. If not, I'll be speaking like for an hour and then you guys cannot sleep. Okay. For the first role player, ASAA Sergeant at Arms, Ming Kang. Whoa, what I love about your role is you mentioned on the house rules. All right. Switch on the video, very good, because you want to engage with the audience and you encourage the guests to speak in TT. This is my first time in a Toastmaster meeting whereby you really spell out and encourage the guests, even though we don't have any guests today, you encourage them to speak in a TT to grab this opportunity. Well done at that. And of course, just one thing for you to take note. I'm not sure who is preparing the slides. Perhaps it'd be nice also to silence the phone so that sometimes we might forget we didn't silence our phone, and when we speak, it buzzes, or when we on our WhatsApp web on the laptop, it will keep on having the notification, which will disrupt the speaking. Well, just one minor thing there. And of course, to our, I think, president for her presiding officer's address, Xing En, what I love about her speech was she welcomed visiting Toastmasters. Thank you very much for the welcoming. And of course, for her, sorry, Xing En, I'm a bit harsh on you. I hope you don't mind. I think you are very senior based on how well you speak. You are very eloquent and you are very good in speaking. So just a little bit, I want to push you a little bit more. So for your 5 minutes as your opening address, you can make full use of this 5 minutes timing because basically you are the first speaker. Other than the SAA, you are kind of like, you are pumping up the energy of the whole meeting. So make full use of this 5 minutes. What's the name of the game, which is your meeting team? You might want to elaborate a little bit more and prepare all of us for the meeting. And it will be also good that you introduce your Toastmasters of the evening, give us a little bit background of him. Then you can prepare us also, oh, we know who is this Jefri, because I don't know, maybe you all know him very well, but I don't know. So it'd be nice also to introduce him a bit. All right. That would be my suggestions for you, Xing En. And moving on to Toastmasters of the evening, Jefri. Wow, very soothing voice. I love how you play with your tonality where you conduct the whole session. Well done on the smoothness transition that you have, very smooth. And also, I love the game session you have. This is my first time seeing a Toastmasters of the evening playing games. You play 2 games, 2 truths, 1 lie, and also guess the movie. I would have a suggestion on this part. It would be nicer even when you put this to SAA part, A to be the game master to play the game. I'm not sure, is this your usual setting? The Toastmasters evening also play games. TME work hard for the game. Ming Kang said, okay, good job, Jefri. So perhaps in your future meetings, you want to put this part under SAA because this part really can energize all of us and get ourselves warmed up and prepare us for the meeting. Well done on that. I believe you put in a lot of effort to put all the pictures together and ask us to guess things like that, right? So very well done. Because you only have 5 minutes, I believe your timing is a bit off because you're very nice to give us play and then get us warmed out. So you have the precious 5 minutes only. So you might be running out of time also if you want to do games as well. But I do like your session. And of course, you have this interesting intro of history of TI and Toastmasters Club. It's very rare that I see the history of the club as the sponsoring club, but you mentioned that, and also you give the standing ovation. All right, just one suggestion for you, Toastmasters Jefri, is introduction of the speaker. prepare the audience in advance so that we understand the speaker's background, and you might want to introduce them a bit before you invite them to speak. And to all the 4 speakers, amazing speeches that I've listened to, very good message that you have given. Like, for example, Usman, be someone different. Speaker number 2, Zhi Jun, the art of war, know your battle, timing is essential, know yourself, know your enemy, good advisors. And speaker number 3, Yee Chin, FOMO, fear of missing out issue and be our own superhero. And of course, for our last speaker, also Jun Hong, you give me those kind of rekindle memory on undergraduate and stepping into the working battlefield is totally different. Yeah, thank you very much for all these wonderful messages. I truly appreciate them. And basically, this is a very productive and fruitful meeting. I'm very impressed with how well your club have done. For example, you have really achieved 9 impressive DCP goals. This is the best club that I've attended. It's only like March, and you guys are so far ahead to compare to other community clubs, other corporate clubs, other university clubs. So give yourself a round of applause. And of course, you have 35 members and now you have 20 members. Still very good. 20 members is not easy to achieve, but you have surpassed the standard TI has given to all of us here. You all only need 1 more level 1 and achieve 10 DCP goals. I believe this is hard work of the ESCOs and the members. And even though now it's SEM break, I can see so many of you attending this Toastmasters meeting. So there must be some magic in this meeting that even though it's a holiday, you're still coming here together and enjoying yourself and learning from each other. Overall, it's a good time well spent together. Definitely, my leisure time is also my time to spend with all productive people like you all. Thank you so much for the invitation, and I would like to invite our Toastmasters of the evening, Toastmasters Jefri, to conduct the session. Over to you.
Thank you, Madam General Evaluator, for the wonderful evaluation session. Now, without further ado, I would like to move on to the penultimate session of the meeting, the award ceremony. So we have witnessed 4 table topic speakers, 4 project speech speakers, and 6 evaluators, and we have voted for them. So without further ado, the award for the best table topic speaker goes to, drum roll please, Ikhtifar. Congratulations.
I think we're gonna take a photo with them, with winner and TME.
I'll help to take the photo. So Ikhtifar, can you turn on your camera? Yeah.
Hello.
Yes.
Wait, I'm outside. Going to Pak Tor soon.
Yeah, just 5 seconds.
Can see me not? Can see me not?
Can. Okay. So in 3, 2, 1. All right.
Okay, off to Pak Tor.
Congrats, Ikhtifar. Now let's move on to the next award, Best Project Speech Speaker. And the Best Project Speech Speaker award goes to, drum roll please,
Drum roll.
Jun Hong. Congratulations, Jun Hong.
Okay, Jun Hong.
I think Jun Hong is now from ASAA Toastmaster.
3, 2. Okay, ready? 3, 2, 1.
Okay.
Sorry, I might add, Jun Hong. So when you're going to MISA, I know right now it's still in CBRE, right?
Yes, correct. MISA will start commence 1st April onwards.
Okay, I will make that changes accordingly. Thank you.
Thank you.
Congratulations, Jun Hong. Now let's move on to the award for the Best Evaluator. And the Best Evaluator goes to, drum roll please, Ming Kang. Actually, we have 2.
Oh.
I'll announce the second one later on.
Okay.
3, 2, 1. Okay.
Okay, congrats Ming Kang, and the co-winner goes to Jian Wen. Congratulations.
Yay.
Wow, from Sungai Long come here and
All right, gentlemen, 3, 2, 1. Okay.
Congratulations, Jian Wen. And
Thank you.
once again, congratulations to all winners. To those who didn't win, please do not give up and try again next time. And yeah, appreciation to General Evaluator for coming.
thank you for coming.
Yeah.
Teng, you want to take photo?
Okay, G, in 3, 2, 1. Okay.
All right. Thank you. And yeah. And that wraps up our meeting. Before we end, I would like to invite the presiding officer, Xing En, to give the closing address. Toastmaster Xing En, the stage is yours.
Thank you, Toastmasters of the evening, Toastmasters Jefri. President Ming Kang, do we have any announcement for today?
I don't think so. Yeah, you can proceed.
Okay, so for the guests for today, Jian Wen, Jun Hong, and also, I think just 2, right? Am I missing anyone?
Madam Chyi.
Oh, Madam Chyi, yes. Madam Chyi, Huey, you may give feedback regarding today's meeting. Or the members can give also.
So sorry, before this, I have one quick announcement. Thank you, Teng, for sorry. Yeah, the announcement is we're gonna end our current leadership term for current officers, and we'll be moving on to the next officer terms, 2023-2024. So our immediate past president Teng and also area director W5 Ikhtifar, they are in the club. They are in the election committee of organizing the elections. So for those who are interested to be the next leadership team to be part of a club of officer roles, stay tuned for that. Right, we're gonna have election really very soon. Thank you.
Ming Kang, I think there's one issue that we need to do elections. We need to do poll for.
We'll discuss after this. I'm just making an announcement. Thank you.
Okay.
I'd love to have Xing En, back to you. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Toastmasters Ming Kang. So to wrap up this meeting, today's meeting theme is about hobbies and games. I hope everyone will make use of their last week of semester break to enjoy with all the hobbies and games and then ready to kickstart our next semester. So I think that's all for me. I'll call this meeting adjourned. I hope everyone enjoyed today's meeting. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Have a good night.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.